Pues en nuestro afán de ir alternando los repertorios y después de un mes de abril en el que hemos tocado más el repertorio sinfónico romántico y del siglo XX, pasamos otra vez al clasicismo en un programa en el cual vamos a contar por primera vez en la orquesta con el maestro Jan Willem de Vriend, que me acompaña.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
There are three composers from Vienna. Only one was born in Vienna, that was von Schubert. Mozart and Haydn, as we know, they were good friends, and with big respect for each other, they came also from Vienna. The Vienna style Haydn brought to London. And what's so special about the works Haydn made in London, actually, he invited the orchestra. That means that the way we're still thinking for an orchestra, or when you founded a new orchestra, you have to have your horns, the trumpets, the clarinets, the oboes. It's exactly as Haydn invited. So when we are listening to the Haydn, late London Haydn symphonies, it is the real symphonic repertoire started. And what's so good about the Haydn symphonies, it's especially this symphony, if you see the orchestra now after each rehearsal, when we went out after the Haydn, everybody's laughing, everybody's like happy. And even during the rehearsals, we laugh still about the musical jokes Haydn made. So if you play Haydn and you rehearse it, then you feel actually almost like a better person. Then the Schubert, he was a bit like frustrated, if I may say, almost so that because in the time he was in Vienna around 80-20, there was they called it the new Rossini Belle in Vienna. Everyone want to play Rossini, to hear Rossini. They make it on small music boxes. Schubert thought, what he can, I can do maybe better. So he made two overtures in Italian style. That means in the stilo of Rossini. And I must say, they're top. They're the best. They're the best Italian symphonies. I hope I don't make enemies now in Italy, but they're so superb. Schubert made it. And we know also a bit about the meeting between Rossini and Schubert, but that was not so good meeting because the problem was Schubert only speaks a very good German and Rossini spoke very good Italian, but he didn't speak German and Rossini no Italian. So they just were in front of each other and saying, well, thank you, very nice music, and there was no really conversation. Then we have, of course, Mozart. His biggest success was always when he made his own concerts in Vienna, playing as a piano soloist with the orchestra. And that was the highest musical level in that time you could get. And the first thing what they asked to Beethoven afterwards, can you give those kind of concerts as Mozart did in the past with the piano concertos? And so also Beethoven wrote with his first piano concertos the same kind of concerts in Vienna as Mozart did. And what's so special I find of this Mozart concerto is that it has also humor, but it has also some loneliness. It goes so deep. It is so everything what he can tell in this music. And that with Kit Armstrong, I remember him very long time ago in Berlin. We were playing. We did the Beethoven piano concerto, and he was so how do you say? Sympathetic to the music. Always the music was first. That when I get the invitation by the Bilbao Symphony Orchestra to play with Kit, I was immediately like, oh wow, that was for me a great moment, and now I may do that here in Bilbao. So I'm looking so much forward for one of the funniest concerts because of the jokes of Haydn and Rossini, even in Mozart, but also one of the most moving concerts. In all three the pieces, there are moments that you really think of, you feel a better person. When I was young, I played the violin, and it was a few times in Bilbao to play here as a violinist, and it was always with my orchestra. But where are we going to eat? Where are we going? And we were always informed, and now even the oboist Xavier has involved in give me a list on my phone with a favorite restaurant. So at the end of the week, I can say what is my favorite restaurant. But I'm looking forward for every evening to go to a restaurant. And of course, the Guggenheim. But I would say You know it here in Bilbao. What I would like to say to all the world, you have Guggenheim, you have the best restaurants in Bilbao, but you have also the Bilbao Symphony Orchestra. You have to hear this orchestra.
Pues ya lo habéis visto, un programa que no se puede perder nadie que tenga interés en el clasicismo. Música de Schubert, música de Mozart con el concierto para piano número 22 y la Sinfonía en Londres, el gran canto del cisne sinfónico de Haydn en nuestro programa de Abono de la BOS.